Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
I don't want to sign. Temporary password, I would say abc8123. Phone number, I don't. Email address is password did not confirm the password. Oh my god, this is okay. I'm irritating. Okay, so let's create a user. Now you have a user too, and then there's a force change password. So if we go back to that page, that particular site, sorry, that particular site over here, sign in. I want to refresh this page and do a sign in. User is not confirmed. That's fine. Forget about that and take me back to this. Okay, so I wanted to sign in because I know username and the password. So user2. Okay, and then a. Okay, and then when you click sign in, okay, what's that? User2. But I have written a password off. Okay. What's the username? User2. So user2. Oh my god. Okay, let me sign up with the correct email address. Anonymous. Let me go to my email address to see this. Right, so you have a verification code. You can 1641119. So I'll go back and write it down over here. 1641119. Right. So once we are logged in, we redirect it to example.com. Right. So if we go back, and we click on sign in. Sign in. Yeah, you see that sign in as anonymous. So it has taken my token automatically and kept me sign in. So I have to log out. I have to keep that one. But yeah, if you just refresh it, you will see that there's a new user being created, which is an anonymous. Sorry, and email has been so it's been verified and updated and created time. Okay, so Cognito over here, if I have an identity provider, okay, I can connect with Facebook, Google, Gmail, or SML, or any other one as well, right? What you have to do is you have to go to the app client settings. If you enable this identity provider, you will have those identity provider available over here, and you will check that those one. Like I wanted to go with Facebook, I'll check the Facebook. Those will be enabled only when you will enable them from here, right? You have to give a Facebook app ID, app secret, and authorized scope in order to do that. Similarly, if you have a SAML, you have to give us a SAML document or a metadata of the document. And once that has been set, you will see on the app client integration or on app client settings, you would be able to see those set of options over here, and you will check that and allow it.
Sant, I have a question here.
Yep.
See, as an anonymous user, or I am taking the temporary credentials from the Facebook and logging into the AWS, right? So, which domain I am going to the AWS? Do I have to specify, or how it is?
Domain, which domain?
I
What
mean,
do you mean
I'm
by
logging into
domain?
the AWS, but what will I do going to the AWS? I mean, will I see the applications? Will I see the websites, or what is that? I
Good
mean,
question.
yeah.
Let's say that your developer has the application. He has built an application where he's accessing the resources of AWS. Let's say there are some resources which let's say that the database which he connects to, or the database credentials, or the RDS instances or MySQL. He has a MySQL which is on cloud, right, which is on AWS. So the application has to connect with the MySQL which is hosted inside an AWS, right? So if some resources the application is accessing on AWS, and those resources your application or your developer also wants your users to have an access of, and then the developer don't want um, you know or the developer wants to give a flexibility that Facebook, if you have an account, you can on Facebook or Gmail or anywhere else on social media site, if you have an account, you don't have to sign up with us. You can use your Facebook account to log in and access the services which we provide.
Okay, understood. Listen, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so that is about Web Identity Federation and Cognito, right? So I'll take a pause over here. If you have any questions, you can bring it on. If not, we'll move to the lab. That's what I'm looking for, CD. Okay, let me share what we have covered so far. It's a quick revision on the topics. Okay, so we saw a bunch of bucket policies, ACL encryptions, applications, forcing, NATO. We have some labs on the pen test, which is one is this pen test on a instance of metadata of EC2. We have one lab of listing S3 bucket content and executing RCE. That I'm gonna combine these two labs together. So we'll have a metadata EC2 instance information, and then we have a role attached to this EC2 instance, and that role has a permission to get a object from S3 buckets. So if we are able to exploit this, then we'll be able to exploit S3 as well. Okay, so yeah, before we do ahead, go ahead see what we have covered so far. Okay, this is again in pending, so we'll go with this and this all together in one go. And yeah, and tomorrow we'll be talking about logging, as we don't have enough time. So we'll talk about monitoring, logging, and information as such. and then we'll talk about, we'll do networking and encryption tomorrow. Okay. So hold on a second. Let me just bring it. What?
Hey viewers, our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, so
Hi, Vasant.
all right, I have to, yeah.
This is Kannan.
Yeah, Ganesh.
Vasant, so far now it's going well. So what I see now here is, we are trying to understand, the security concepts, built in with, AWS, right? So going forward, our team is feeling that if we, focus more on, making AWS insecure and showing us how to exploit it will be helpful. Do you understand what
So
I'm?
tomorrow labs will be doing a pen test. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
understand that. So tomorrow lab will be doing. See, I have a pen test lab, but because you have focused much more on the lab. So what I will do is tomorrow we'll be doing a pen test on the instances. We have a pen test labs on EC2, how we can hack EC2 instance. We have a lab called if S3 bucket has been exposed, then how the pen test has been done on that.
Sure.
So
Vasant.
I understand that, Kanan, but we have a mixed
Mm.
crowd, I believe. We have a SOC people also in the list, right? We have a SOC people. We have a pen test. For a pen tester, I have labs, and but we do have a SOC people in the team, right?
Right.
So we have to think
Right.
from
So
their point of view. So if
right, Vasant.
so if every
You're right. Correct. Also, I want to keep it this discuss as an open forum. So in our Sony team, if anyone have a different thoughts, how we can take it up forward, or do you have any concern, or how do you feel? You can provide the feedback here itself so that Vasant can change the training topics as well. Is that okay, Vasant?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Team, if you have any opinion, yeah, please give it to Vasant. I think no one have any thoughts so far now. So maybe if they have anything, anytime, any point of time, they can give it to you. That's what I wanted to convey. Is that
No
okay,
issues.
Vasant? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Thank you. You can continue, Vasant. Yeah. Something.
Okay. No issues. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is a vulnerability that exists, and that vulnerability is on a reverse proxy and is on EC2 instance. So I just want to show you that I've automated the environment to get created, and let's talk about the vulnerability. So when you create EC2 instance, or whenever your developer created an EC2 instance, EC2 instances are virtual machines. So whenever your developers created the EC2 instances, there is a chance that they, where there's a chance that they use Nginx or traffic, etc., which where they use a reverse proxy on application layer, so that it forwards the request to appropriate service based on the host header in HTTP request. So as attacker, we can exploit reverse proxy server with overly permission configuration to reach the internal application.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
That we cannot reach otherwise. So the attack which I'm going to show you gives more worse when it's on cloud resource because of instance metadata. Okay, so feel the scenario which if it gets all up, then the scenario you have to understand is that you are as an attacker, as you have to assume that as reached an IP address after some reconnaissance, and we configured out that the service on port 80 of the IP address is acting as a reverse proxy server. Okay, so we have to make sure that as an attacker we run into reverse proxy or application layer edge routers such as Nginx or traffic, which forwards the request to appropriate service based on the host header in HTTP request. Exploit the reverse proxies. So yeah, it's getting created, so bear with me. It'll take a minute or so. So once it's created, we'll see what you guys can do on that. Okay, so it's a very good stuff. See, reverse proxy, if anyone from the crowd is an OSCP, you might have faced a reverse proxy machine in your lab or in your exam. You know from the pen test point of view that how reverse proxy can be exploitable, but it becomes more worse, guys, when it's on the cloud because of instance metadata information, which by default when people create an instance, they keep that turn on. Okay, so we'll see the effect once the machines are up, once the environment is up. I'll give you the public IP address, and I'll give you to exploit it, to hack it, the maximum you can go. Okay, you just have to use, okay, but you don't have the tools as well. You don't have a Kali Linux. That's also a challenge. Okay, I'll take you through with this. But I think one thing I would like to know. Okay, we don't need a Kali Linux for this as well. Do you guys have a curl in your Windows or in your Linux or your Mac? A curl tool, CURL, curl. Do you have that in your machine?
I think yes, Vasan. Some of them will have.
Yes. So
Yes.
okay. So great. Once the machines are up, I'll give you the IP address, and or let me walk you through that because it will take time to you to break this up. Or if you have a suggestions, you can give me a suggestion on that. So first of all, I would show you that how it has to be, but there's an error came up into this. Error updating S3 bucket, tags, error listing resource tags, request sent, request failed. Now we have an error into this. Okay. Okay, this can take time, so and we are running out of that. So what I will do is I'll show you an article which you can see of or can correlate with, and tomorrow I'll show you a lab of. Okay, so you see this, I'll show you one of the article on AWS. I say EC2 instance hack. Or instance metadata what is instance metadata? Okay, so that's one of the case. So I want you to look into this document, grab this document and read more about it so that you come prepared with this. Okay, so this is one of the document. You read it out about metadata information, what is metadata information is, and then read about this article, metadata hack. Okay, read about this article. Yes, this article over here. Just from McAfee. Okay, so read out this article, how this attacker can completely take care of your metadata informations and can attack you out. And okay, these two articles would be good enough. So once you read out and go through with it and come prepared of the same, then what I'm going to do is I'll try with the new stuff. Okay, just hold on. Let me try with this. I'm going to try one more time, and if it did not work, as of now, it is taking time and has an issue on, so infrastructure is not being created. But just go through the article which I've just recently posted on the chat box. I'll prepare this lab in the morning, and we'll start with this pen test labs. We have 2 of the pen test labs. We'll start with them with a little bit of theory on CloudWatch config and CloudTrail. Labs will not going to take much more time. I'll be presenting it to you, that how vulnerabilities are there in a reverse proxy and how instance metadata can be exploitable of EC2 instances and why we should not keep that open for everyone. That's what we will see in the lab for specifically for the pen test. Yep. So we are done over here. If you have questions on the topics which we covered today, you can ask a question. If not, I'm going to explain you on the exploitation parts of what we have covered so far. Like even if you have, let's say if you have an X3 bucket and that's publicly available, I would have been showing it to you, but you don't have a AWS CLI, right? So either try to have a PACU or a AWS CLI on your machine so that you can see the magic, or otherwise what I will do is I'll show it on my machine and you just take the note of it, and later on anyhow if you got an access to any of the machine, then try it out in yourself. You'll see that these commands are working. Okay. As of now, as of now we are good. If you have a questions you can ask. If not, we can bind up the session. Tomorrow we'll start with the pen test first, and then we'll talk about much more theory, and then again the labs. Okay, so
Yes,
that's why I shifted the labs to 3:30. So you will have a 3:30 to 6:30 of time. So even if we are not able to finish within 3:30, you will have enough time to do a lab.
sure. So one request from my side is, so it will be helpful if we focus more on exploiting point of view in AWS will be much appreciated.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sid.
Vasant?
Yes.
Yeah, in Cognito, so we have configured a web identity federation, right? Like suppose we have configured a Facebook or anything. So there any we have a security consideration we need to take?
On Cognito,
Any
Cognito is
bugs will
itself
raise?
Cognito is itself is a security thing, so there that it will have some kind of issues because it will take care of the security and the stuff. So nothing as such on the Cognito mod.
Okay. Why? Because we are configuring with the web identity federation, like Facebook or any SAML or auth. So that I think.
No,
Yeah.
the role which we will attach with them to access the permission, or we'll give the permission. We just have to make sure that the particular role have permissions only for what resources needs to be exchanged. Only those permissions is been provided to them. Yeah, that's the only thing. Nothing apart from that.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecops? Enroll for our DevSecops certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay. And S3 bucket have some have a unique properties, right? So it need to be unique, and through worldwide it will be a single piece. Like as for S3 bucket, is some policies is there, right? For characteristics to define a S3 bucket name.
Yeah. So on the S3 bucket, you
Yeah.
have to make sure that the bucket name is not been. It should be always unique. It should not been taken by someone else.
Okay. Suppose in my scenario, so one application is there, so they hosted in the cloud, AWS cloud. So how we can get to know whether it is so the application is uh, hosted on cloud or not, and how we can get that buckets through that? Any chances are there?
Yes. So if your application is hosted on AWS, definitely when we do an Nmap, it's going to give you the whether it's been hosted on CloudFront or it's been hosted on load balancer, and it will give you the instance name. Okay, and the instance name comes with EC2, or sometimes it's root at the rate Amazon. So Amazon or EC2 instances will come up into a name of your machine. That indicates that the machine is hosted in cloud. And then later on you try, or you do include a pen test cases of the cloud. Like for one of the cases the proxy server, the other cases try for the um, explore the areas where you can think that there could be a leakage of access key and secret keys. Try for the further actions, like do we have a, you just need a access key and secret key. Okay, anyhow you have to enumerate that. How far you can go is one of the issue which I was about to show today, but the machine did not work on the environment. I'll try to wake it up in the morning, and if everything goes well, then I'll show you how EC2 instances can be hacked if there are issues in your machines. Okay, so we'll take you step by step that how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
And once we get an S3 bucket information through Nmap or anything instance, so through that instance we can more investigate, or we can get any information through that.
Yes, that's what I will show you tomorrow. Like if there is a role attached to the instance, whatever the actions has been provided to that role, we'll be able to perform that too. And there are two labs into that. So we'll start with the pen test lab on both of, like on EC2, on S3, and then we'll do a pen test labs on Lambda functions and how we look for the secrets.
Okay. So for AWS, it have a EC2, but for Azure things, it have it will be different, right? So in the same method they have used, or they use a different scenarios.
There will be different scenarios when it goes to Azure or when it goes to Google Cloud Project.
Okay.
Test
So
cases would be
this is
different.
only for the AWS, right?
Yes, this
Okay.
is for only for the AWS.
Yeah. If you provide test cases, that will be good for us.
Okay, we'll try. I don't promise, but we'll try.
Okay.
Questions, then I'll catch you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye bye. Have a good evening and good night. And those who are married, have a good, what do you say, Karwa Chauth? Yeah. Bye.
Vasan, if you don't mind, I have another question. Okay. Regarding
I was about to end. Okay, yeah, tell
S3
me.
bucket.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I have created a bucket. Okay. And I
yeah.
went to the bucket policy and I created a new, I generated a new policy. Okay. And in the place of resource, I given as a star. And also in the access permission is there, right? So there also I'll give it as a star. And I give it as a deny. Okay,
Okay.
for all. And I applied the policy. So that time it not delete. I don't have any delete option also there. So it might can deletable or it will be stay.
So if you say denied for everything, like principles is denied, resources is denied, everything is denied, right? Is
Yeah,
this
I
a
given as
bucket
actions
policy
as
or is
deny.
this an
Bucket policy.
okay? Okay, you have said action has been denied, like effect is denied,
Yeah,
and actions are star. So nothing will
yeah,
happen. Like people cannot upload, people cannot delete, people cannot do any object creation. Object creation will not happen on the bucket.
yeah. Correct, right? So we can delete that bucket. Can we delete that bucket?
We we can delete that bucket. Can we delete the bucket? Yes, we can delete the bucket because that policy will be applied on the objects on the bucket. Okay, so you can delete the bucket. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not able to delete that time. It's shown as error.
Okay. What's the error? It says access denied error.
It's it given as an error. Yeah, we don't have permissions to delete.
Deny on the bucket policy. Okay, we apply bucket policy on the bucket that actually relies
Yeah,
on the object creations and object actions which we take. You have denied it for
yeah,
all the actions on the bucket, and now you're not able to delete it.
yeah.
Are you talking about the root account user, or you are talking about
My
the
account,
user
which you
inside?
have, yeah, which you have provided this account, na? So in that
Okay.
account,
The
in the lab,
okay, okay. Were you able to
I am
delete
account.
any? Yeah, were you able to delete any other bucket,
Yeah, I can able to delete other bucket.
but not the one which you have denied for the actions?
Yeah,
That's quite strange. See, sometimes your top level IAM policies also reflect these changes. So as this labs team is not the one which I deal with, so they might have done something so that you're not able to delete them, right?
okay.
Ideally, you should be able to, but I'll double check with the creation of S3 bucket. Yeah, I think you won't be able to, right? You won't be able to do that because that's on the bucket, specific to bucket. So no, you have denied for every actions. That means you have denied the even the deletion as well. Yeah, that's the
But for
correct
here also,
behavior.
yeah, okay. So we can't able to delete, right?
Yeah, because that's applied on the bucket itself, and you denied for every actions on the bucket.
Yeah,
Even the delete operation is an operation on the bucket, so you won't be. That's expected behavior.
okay. So disadvantages. We can't delete the bucket
Yeah, then you can change the policy, right? As you're the admin, you can go and change the policy.
through admin, right?
You created the bucket, right? So you are the admin yourself.
Yeah.
You can change the bucket itself. Policy is up to you. You can change the policy whenever you want.
Okay. It's
The
shown me as
bucket
a
creator is
you
the one.
don't have permission.
Even you can't change the permission of bucket policy.
Yeah, yeah,
Then that's something reflecting with the IAM role which you own. When you click on
okay.
Sony demo 2, you go to permission, you go
Yeah,
to
edit bucket
policies,
policy.
edit. You can't edit this.
Yeah. And the policy generator.
Remove. Yeah, then policy gen, or you just remove everything and then save the changes.
Yeah, I don't have that option. Once I click on effect as or deny, and everything has a star.
So you see this, or you don't see the option to edit this?
No, I have seen here. So here we need to write once we go to the policy generator, and there we need to generate policy and we need to paste it here, correct?
Yes. If suppose you wanted to remove the policy, what you can do is either you go back, cancel, you go back to your Sony, you go to permission, and then on the bucket policy, this option came up on the top. Click on delete. Okay, but I'm afraid that you won't be able to delete it because you denied yourself for doing anything on the bucket. So I thought you should be able to. Then I thought you should be able to edit it, and when you click on edit, you'll be able to select all this and then edit the complete bucket. Like remove instead of denied, say allow, save changes, and then delete the bucket policy.
Yeah, actually, I didn't get any option to edit or deleter. So everywhere it is as a you don't have a permission. So once I applied
That's you went to.
after policy.
Yeah, I got it. You put yourself on a black hole.
Yeah.
That's a good try, actually. That's a good try because you put a block on everything. Now your bucket policy is not going to update as well because according to them you have denied for everything. Now no one can help apart from support. Support team can release it for you, and even not the administrator and root users can't delete it.
Okay, that
even
can
they
be
can't delete
done
it.
from support.
Yeah, you have to raise a
Then
ticket
it
on support.
need to be. Okay.
Yeah, that's a black hole. You go to support center, and then go to support center, and then you have to raise a ticket over here that hey, my bucket's been went to black hole. I wanted to remove that bucket policy deny option, and then they will from their end will do it.
Okay.
See that? There's a create ticket.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.